The book Last Lecture is written by Randy Pausch. He is a computer science professor at Carnegie Mellon. He was asked to give a lecture to the students in Carnegie Mellon University. At the time, he was already diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. However, soon after he was asked to do the lecture, he was informed by doctors that he only has few months to live. So, this was his last lecture at university before he died. It was an amazing lecture about really achieving your childhood dreams. This book contains his story and the lecture he gave at the university. If you are someone who is struggling to live your dreams, or if you are bothered about the obstacles in life, this book is an ideal read for you. You will learn how to face obstacles, the importance of sharing your experiences to future generation, as well as make the most out of every moment you have before you die. Randy Pausch was a father of 3 children. At the time he was diagnosed with cancer. When the university asked him to do the lecture, he had very little time left in his life. So, his wife didn't like the idea of doing the lecture, as that would take excessive time from the limited amount he had. However, he wanted to do this lecture so much that his wife had to agree at the end. Then, he spent a lot of time preparing the presentation for this lecture, as he wanted it to be a memorable one. Also, he was worried about how to advise his children as they grow up. So, he wanted his children to refer this lecture, and learn from his experiences, when he is not available when they grow up. The title of his lecture was, Really Achieving Your Childhood Dreams. He wanted to tell everything about how he lived his life, and how people should live their lives. So, the presentation for the lecture was very long one. It was so long, that he had to remove and arrange the content for the lecture, even in the day he was supposed to give the lecture. He was still editing content, when someone called him to come to stage and start the lecture. Despite having the pain in the body from receiving treatments, he was able to deliver one of the most remembered and popular lectures online. The book is structured into 2 main parts. In the first part, he talks about his childhood dreams and how he achieved those dreams. The second part is a set of lessons from his life, which he thought was important for the future generation. The lessons explain how you should enable the dreams of others, and how you should live your life by enjoying every moment. Let's take a look at the key lessons from this book. Not everything needs to be fixed. One day, his wife hit one of their vehicles with the other vehicle by a mistake. She was not comfortable telling it to him. So, she treated him well, prepared his favorite meals, and spent the day thinking how to tell him. Finally, on the dinner table, she told it to him. She was surprised when he said, "Let's finish the dinner," in a calm manner. After the dinner, they went and looked at the cars. His wife said she would get this fixed tomorrow morning. He said, "That's not necessary. We can live with those dents. The dents would be okay." He further stated that we shouldn't repair things if they still do what they are supposed to do. These kinds of dents are common in our lives. We paint an entire vehicle just because of a small scratch. We change the phones just because it doesn't support a latest version of operating system, and so on. Fixing these kind of dents costs a huge sum of money, while not giving us additional benefits. In life, not everything needs to be fixed. There are many things that we can live with, as long as you don't worry about what other people think of them. So, make sure you only fix things when it's necessary to do so. Getting people's attention is the first step of solving ignored problems. This is an interesting story, where Randy wanted to teach the students about the importance of building new things that are easy to use for the end user. These days, people come up with many new projects and technologies. But, only few of them think about the ways to make it easy for end user. So, in order to make students understand, he brought a VCR to the first day of user interface class. Then, he pulled out a sledgehammer and destroyed the VCR. Then he said, when we make something hard to use, people get upset. They become so angry that they want to destroy it. We don't want to create things that people will destroy. The students were stunned. He got their attention in a way that they never forget the importance of building things that are easier to use. Let's say we want to solve the problem of excessive social media usage, affecting our family life. The first thing we have to do is get people's attention, and make them aware that it's actually affecting your life. Without getting their attention, they would not be aware of the problem, and like to ignore them. So, in order to solve many problems, find a way to get the attention of people. Don't obsess over what people think. This is one of the main issues we face in modern life. We obsess over what other people think about us, and our work. Therefore, we make decision to make ourselves look good on other people's eye. Let's say you wanted to write a book about your life. Then, you will start to think, I haven't done anything big. Why would people read my book? Assume that you somehow decided to move forward, and started writing the book. Then, you will start to think, the content I have written is not good enough. Let's improve the content. Since you are worried about what other people think, you keep changing the content, and never finish the book. This is the consequence of obsessing over what other people think. Many people fail to follow their passion, due to this reason. So, make sure do what you want to do, without obsessing over what other people would think. If you are worried, talk to people and get their feedback. Just thinking about what other people would think, is just waste of time. Often, they will never think the way you thought they would be. Treat the disease, not the symptom. In life, we look for solutions to effects caused by problems, rather than trying to solve the actual problem. In the book, he talks about a young woman who had few $1,000s in debt. As the interest was growing, she was very stressed. She took meditation and yoga class 2 days a week, to get a relief from the stress. The problem is still the same, while she was addressing the symptoms. One day, Randy looked at her finances and realized, if she take a part-time job in those 2 days without going to yoga classes, she could pay off her debt in few months' time. It was surprising for her. She took his advice, and was able to pay off the debt in few months. There are 2 important things to notice here. First, without solving the disease or the root cause, you can never find a permanent solution. Secondly, many problems in life that looks unsolvable, can often be solved easily with right information, and help. You have to just look in the right places. So, always find the root cause of the problem first. Then, try to find solutions to the root cause, rather than finding solutions to the problems created by the root cause. Time must be explicitly managed like money. Time is the most important thing in our life, as it's a finite resource. No matter what we do, we can't buy more time for our life. So, he believed that time must be explicitly managed like money. When it comes to money, we are careful in managing the expenses based on what we have. But, when it comes to time, many people spend it freely, and give time to others, without thinking that you only have limited amount left. We only realize the importance of time, when we get to a stage where, only limited time is left to live. In the book, he explains a situation in grocery shopping, where he used the self-scan aisle to purchase. He swapped his credit card for the items. Even though the machine beeped, he didn't get a receipt. So, he swiped the card again. Then 2 receipts popped out. He could have informed the manager, checked the issue, and got a refund by waiting 10 to 15 minutes. Since he had very short time to live, he decided he would save those minutes, rather than waiting and getting a refund, as the amount was small. In life, we get to make so many such decisions. Most people don't think that time is limited. So, they tend to waste time on things that doesn't provide a considerable benefit, compared to the time we spent. So, learn to manage time like money and spend it on things that gives a good return. You also need emotional insurance. One day, Randy was chatting with a friend about how to prepare for death, as he only had few months left. He asked whether Randy has life insurance. Randy said, "Yes, it's all in place." Then, he said you will also need emotional insurance. Premium of emotional insurance should be paid with your time, not money. He asked Randy to spend time with kids, and make videotapes of them, so that they can watch them even when he is not there anymore. Often, we get life insurance to secure the future of our family. However, we rarely think about emotional insurance. We work all day to earn money to live better and secure the future. However, if we are suddenly gone, our family will likely to suffer emotionally. So, make sure to spend time with family and create amazing memories for your family, so that they will feel you are still with them, even when you are gone someday. My rating: I would rate the book 7.5 out of 10. This book is an inspirational one for people who get demotivated due to small issues in life. There are many useful things to be learned from the life of Randy Pausch. Next reads: When Breath Becomes Air is the story of neurosurgeon Paul Kalanithi, who was diagnosed with stage lung cancer at the age of 36. He died at the age of 38. This is a similar story where he attempts to answer the question, what makes a life worth living? He explains how you deal with life when faced with death in short time. He explains how we should live, how to handle family, and how you should live the limited time you have without being discouraged. This was one of my best reads. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and like this video, to watch more videos related to personal development related topics.